hard-fought win in the end by your former side, Sean.
Yeah, most definitely. I thought they had to grind it out at times, and I think me and Nigel made that point at half time that it's going to take somebody going past somebody and somebody with a special talent. And obviously Jack wins a free kick, and that special talent, Kevin De Bruyne, steps up, and the rest is history.
What a goal from Kevin De Bruyne, Nigel.
Yeah, we all know that he can produce goals like this. You know, I mean, it's been a while since he scored a free kick. I believe it was in 2019, the last time that he scored a free kick. But what a moment to break that deadlock and get those crucial 3 points in the race for the title. But yeah, this guy is special. I mean, he's probably by far the best player in that squad.
Yeah, he was incredible today, and it was such a tight game that it was going to take something special to break it, as the guys were saying. But when you've got someone like Kevin De Bruyne who goes right to the very end, he's always prodding and probing, trying to make things happen. But if you give him any kind of invitation to have a shot on goal, he can hit it with either foot. And when you get a free kick in that prime position, he's going to hit the target more than not. So great goal.
Patience was key in the end for Pep Guardiola. For Leicester City, it's their first defeat in 4 games. They were much more attacking in the second half. Sean, in fact, you're Arsenal. Should they have approached it like that in the first 45?
Yeah, I personally think so, because most teams go there with the start of the game based on damage limitation. And it works, but then when you see the problems they cause City in that last 15 to 20 minutes, you think, well, City didn't have that many chances after that, so why not just play that same way from the beginning of the game?
It can be difficult sometimes when you play these top sides, because I know what Brendan Rodgers is probably thinking. If we go into this game against a side like Manchester City, we go open up, we're expansive, we're going to get turned over quite easily. But as rightly was saying there, the last 25 minutes I thought Leicester gave it a real good go. Still couldn't create that one opportunity, that real quality opportunity to get themselves back into the game. But Man City, good 3 points.
Pep Guardiola blowing kisses to the away travelling faithful. You've got a smile on your face now. You don't see it that often, do you?
That's why I'm smiling, because you don't really see this often, you know. And that says also something about the relief that they had in winning this game, because he knows by any means how important this game is. A away win at Leicester, getting the 3 points, put the pressure back on Arsenal, and he knows also that, you know, in big games you can lose games. That's not the issue. That's not the issue. But these kind of games against the Leicester team, you need to win in order to get the race going on for the Premier League. So yeah, you can see the relief also in his face, and you know the compliments that he gives to the opponents, but also to his own teammates.
Yeah. We don't like to see that, Manish, do you?
Would you mind moving off the pitch?
We kept telling you, hey, they still have 45 minutes. They still have 45 minutes.
Yeah, you did that. In the end, you proved to be right, Nigel. It's the only time I'm going to say that today. So that's the first of today's 8 games played in the Premier League. Still so much more to come on this busy Premier League Saturday. Third place Tottenham go to Bournemouth, both sides having lost their last 2 league games. Brentford host struggling Wolves. Graham Potter's return to the Amex for Brighton against Chelsea is our feature game in Goal Rush. It's Palace against Southampton. 4th place Newcastle take on Aston Villa, with new Villa boss Unai Emery set to take over after that game. Later, Fulham host Everton before the late game at Anfield between Liverpool and struggling Leeds United. In terms of the table, well, we've mentioned it already. Manchester City then go above Arsenal for 24 hours at least. City ahead of the Gunners by a point, but having played a game more. Arsenal, of course, host Boston club Nottingham Forest on Sunday. While at the other end, Leicester City, it's their first defeat in 4 in the Premier League. They stay 17th on 11 points. 2 points clear of the relegation zone, but they have played 2 games more than Leeds United, just below them. A Kevin De Bruyne special free kick helps Manchester City to the summit of the table. They overcome a stubborn Leicester at the King Power. The City register only a 3rd away win of the season.
Premier League at the last minute, when you are in that situation, it always is difficult. But massive victory for us.
And it's a great team performance, but there were 2 outstanding moments. Kevin De Bruyne's free kick was a special one.
Yeah, definitely. He's back.
He's back. Because you said this week you were looking for more from him, giving him a little nudge, encouraging.
Yeah, I was not playing good the last games.
Was he playing good today?
Yeah, amazing. He knows it. He knows it. Yeah. He's a player. We need the dynamic, had to be free and the conditions, but it's difficult. So it's back 5. Bardi's already with a holding midfielder. 4 players in the middle that close to the back five in the 18-yard box. It's literally not a space. Can do in transition and a movement, the second position, but we are not exceptional team for the runners from behind or runners for the second action. So that's why be patient. Don't get frustrated. Don't concede the counterattacks. Not give free kicks to corners like Madison is a master in this position, but we defend really well. And and at the end, when we should keep the ball, we were of course tired. They increased the rhythm. We were playing in our low rhythm, and that's why we suffer.
And when they did get through, Ederson, a fantastic save from that tee.
Yeah, definitely.
It changes it.
Definitely.
And how Alves has got big boots to fill with Haaland out today. How do you think he did?
Julian?
Julian, yeah.
Yeah, it's no space. He moved really well, but if you put doubles there, it's difficult. When they defend in this position, it's so difficult. So for all the strikers, who have been when we play at home against Bournemouth, Erling played there and didn't touch one ball. Play I think 4 or 6 touches. So it's really difficult in transitions. At the end, when they open, we had a little bit more chances. The transition from Kevin, but yeah, Leicester away is always complicated. We came here with the best moment of them, and as a good result, when you play Saturday 12:30 and you win, now we're just waiting what the rest is going to do. At home, we have to try to do our job, and after we see what happens.
Job done today.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Pep.
He clearly enjoyed it, and you could see that at the full-time scenes when he went over to applaud the travelling army from Manchester, just above the M1, to the Midlands. But in the end, I mean, I mentioned earlier, Darren, that was their first win by a single margin this season. So does that actually give him more satisfaction in the end?
Yeah, because he would have seen his team this season completely blow teams out. We're talking about the Manchester derby, where his team was just free-flowing, playing football, carving teams open left, right and centre. But there are times when he's going to get games like this where the opposition have got no intention of really attacking you. They're just going to make it so they don't get beat. So they're going to put 2 banks of 4 in there, drop the centre forward in as well, and make it as tight as possible, where it is hard to kind of penetrate and create these opportunities. But when you grind it out and then you get one moment of quality where you rely on someone, as Nigel was saying earlier, like Kevin De Bruyne, and he takes it, you kind of go, all right, we'll forget about this one, we'll move on to the next. But this won't be the last time this happens this season, because every team that come up against Manchester City at some stage will have to do that. Because if you try and go toe-to-toe with Manchester City, they'll just pass you off the pitch.
Yeah, and just talking of Leicester's approach, the fact that that's their first defeat in 4, with that in mind, can they still take heart from that performance, Sean?
I think they have to. I think tactically, when they've gone defensive, for me, that was outstanding. Like, they very rarely gave much away to City, and they limited them to half chances and shots from outside the box, and their concentration level was 100%. So that's perfect. Can they keep that up for 90 minutes? They open up the game. They played well then when they tried to go toe-to-toe and gave City 2 chances, and they weren't full chances as well. So for me, I think Leicester have to take that performance and bring that whole module into the next game.
1 Premier League game down, 7 more to come today, including a 5-game goal.